Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today's video is about round 12 of the World Rapid Chess Championship 2024 between Alireza Firouzja and Andrey Esipenko. So Alireza Firouzja, is chess prodigy and he is very aggressive player. So we will see one of his greatest game in this video. Please be sure to watch it, and please also make sure that you have sub to the channel, and please, if possible, like this, give the thumbs up uh, to give me a lot of energy, and it just encourages me to put more interesting videos on the channel. So let's jump into the game, why not? Here in this game, Andrey Esipenko is playing white pieces and Alireza Firouzja having black pieces. So let's begin. We see e4, c5, Sicilian defense, and after knight f3, d6, bishop to b5. So Spiankov goes for the Rosarimo in the Sicilian defense. So bishop b5 is the Rosarimo, and here we see knight to d7, not bishop to d7. Bishop d7 is also played, but not knight to d7. Tries to play Alireza Firouzja. So we see Alireza just castles, and here we have a6, and here in this position we may actually go bishop to d3, or in some cases take, or in some cases even bishop to e2, which actually Henry played. Uh, we have knight gf6, so far is nothing very interesting, and here with d3, we are just in the opening that how they play, and after e6, a4, b6, knight f to d2 is getting played, after bishop to b7, we see f4, queen to c7, bishop to f3, so in cases white just want to go knight to c3 to develop this knight, and maybe in future we gonna want to go rook e1, knight to f1, and knight to g3 or h3 and g4 in some cases. We see bishop to e7, and here knight to c3 was played, and after h5 we see knight to c4. So we see this knight to c4 move, and after the move d5, white just captures on d5, e captures on b5, and here we see knight to e3. So white is just threatening to take on the pawn on d5 here. Black actually Firouzja just pushes it, and we have knight c to d5. Instead, knight f5 was more aggressive. If you take, then we have this rook to e1, so you would have problem with this. If you play something like knight to g8 to defend this, then we have bishop takes on b7. After queen takes, then we have this check, and it just wins queen. So that's why that was not. If you first take, we just take with the queen, and now your rook on a8 is under attack. The best move is just to castle, but you give this bishop back. So it's not possible to. That was not possible to take if Andrey would have gone for knight to f5. But we see knight c to d5, and knight takes on d5, knight takes on d5, bishop takes on d5, and bishop takes on d5. So we see simplifications, major simplifications of the game. After rook to b8, we play queen to f3, knight f6. He played usual, and after bishop to c6, we see king move to f8. After the move, bishop to d2. Perhaps White's actual idea is to go c3 at the moment, and play bishop takes on c3 to control this diagonal also. But bishop to d6 was played, and now maybe h4, and in some cases h3 are possible for Firouzja. We see c3, and after d takes on c3, as I just mentioned, bishop takes on c3, rook h6 was played. Here we see rook a to e1, king to g8, bishop to e4, and as I just mentioned, h4. Now the threat is just h3 in some cases. So bishop to f5 was played to stop any h3 ideas. We see b5, so Firouzja wants to push on the queen side actually. Okay, so we have a takes on b5, a takes on b5, and here and I play rook to e2. We see b4, bishop to e5, rook to d8, and here rook f to e1. Instead, he could actually play rook to c1 with the idea of now d4 to make usage of this pin. But rook f to e1 was played from Andrey here, and knight to d7. We see now the move d4, c takes on d4, bishop takes on d4 was not played. I was very surprised at this moment. Instead of bishop to takes d4, rook to c2 was played, and here queen to a7 just defended this pawn. And after queen to f2, so we are just attacking it once more. And bishop takes on e5. Instead, b3 could actually be played, and after, for example, something like this, then black has this very nice idea with bishop to b4 to actually make this fork. Sorry. But after rook to c4, which stops this idea of bishop to b4, knight takes e5 was possible here, and this moment bishop to b8. But let's actually go back, and after bishop takes on e5 here, we see actually f takes on e5 and to f8. So black's idea is just to go queen to e7 now. After rook to c4, threatening to take this, but when someone rook to d1, and also this is pinned. We see knight to e6 and rook takes on b4, queen to c5 by Firouzja. Here we see rook to b3, knight to f8, and rook to f3. The point is now we just want to go bishop to d3 and to attack this pawn on f7. We see queen to a7. After now we played, as I just mentioned, bishop to d3. Rook to c6 was played, and here so it just went queen to e7, defending this pawn, and this pawn to be able to move his rook away and goes actually rook to c6. So rook to f4. Now we are just attacking two pawns at the same time. Firouzja played knight to e6. A better move was actually knight to g6. If he takes, then we just take with rook, and if he takes this, or if he takes this, then h3. If he takes this, then the move d3, I believe. But this is very hard to actually find and judge about this position. I know. So knight to e6, rook takes on h4 was played here, and here g6, queen to g3, king to g7, rook to g4. So now we are just threatening bishop takes on g6, and here Firouzja understood this trick and played knight to c5 to just prepare for the defense, and also attacks this bishop on e3. we see h4, and here queen to e6, but I'm a little just shocked why actually Firouzja didn't take this dangerous bishop on d3 instead went for queen to e6. Okay, so we see rook f4, but here actually Andrey had this very nice game idea of the bishop takes on g6, if f takes on g6, now we play h5 and you're in serious trouble here. If this, then maybe we can go rook e to e4, and then we are just selecting rook takes on g6 and the next moves. After rook c1, king to h2 can be played, and after queen to f5, we just maybe can take this. After king to h7, now I believe this is not. Yes, this is not good because queen takes on h5. So, but we can go queen to h4. So we are just threatening queen to e7 and queen to g7 mate. But let's go actually to main line here. So rook to f4 was played, and here knight is on is wait. Yes, rook to f4, and here finally Firouzja decided to take on d3, which was actually the right move, but it was very late. Actually, not right. He should have actually played this knight takes on d3 about 3 or 4 moves ago, which he could. Well, he could actually. So we have queen takes on d3, and here we see queen to c4, queen to g3. Now we are just starting the move. Rook e to f1. Firouzja played queen to d5. Now he's just starting to push these pawns. We have rook e to f1. Anyway, after rook to d7 defending it, we have queen to g5 from Andrey and pawn push from Firouzja. So and in this kind of position, you just stressing out your opponent because you are just pushing this pawn, and even this is just an equal position, your opponent just blunders. By example, in the next few moves, we will just see it very clearly. After h5 just pushes d2, and here he has to Andrey has played rook d1. You cannot take this because rook takes on g6, and then we just can promote it. If you go something like this, then you're just getting checkmated. And rook takes f7, computer just suggests rook takes f9, and this is just completely lost position for white. But actually, let's go to the main line. He actually Andrey played rook to d1 as you just taught you. We have rook to e6, and now we are just doing this check and having maybe in future nice pin here, but we should always take care about the rook takes on f7, so we cannot pin this very easily. Here, Andrey actually played rook to f2, so we took Firouzja actually took on e5. After queen to f6 check, we see king to g8, and here f takes on d2 was actually a serious blunder. Instead, he could actually try f takes on g6, and after rook to e1, rook to f1, rook takes on f1, queen takes on f1. Notice that you can't play this because of this. Or maybe even just doing this check. After king to h2, I believe, and queen to h5 here, we can now promote this. Yeah. The problem about this is G takes on f7. If you play rook takes on f7, queen takes on f7, queen takes on f7, then rook takes on e1, and this position is just a fortress because the pawn is on g2. If the pawn was on g3, and for example, this wouldn't be just a draw position, but if the pawn is on g2, you can actually claim that this is just draw, especially if another pawn already on b2. So that the trick was actually this. But here, as I just said, rook f takes on d was just a blunder, and here actually Firouzja plays the best move, going to c5 check. Here we see king going to have blocking the check, and here rook takes on d2, tactical shot by him. Rook takes on d2, and here we see rook to e1. So it just is game over after king to h2, we see queen to h5 check, and here after king to g3, we see queen e5 check, king to f3. Now this is just a lost position. It could actually go, maybe I just could go for this, or no, king to h2. No, I'm just wrong about this. g5 is a nice move that he played. It's just going to be made in one, so and it should just defend this threat. And king to g7. Now the threats are very dangerous for actual white. So g4, what instead was played from Andrey, trying his best to defend, but this is just hopeless position because the king is so safe. Yeah. Rook to h1 was played in this position after rook to oh, sorry guys, it was I was just interrupted in the recording of this video. So rook to e4, and here rook to h3 check. After king to g2, here we see another check, and at this moment the Esipenko just resigned the game. If king to f1, then rook to queen to h1 check, and we are just taking this structure on e4. So at this moment, that's why actually that Esipenko decided to resign. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please give the thumbs up and actually like this video, and please also make sure that you have subbed to the channel. It would be just very encouraging for me. So see you next time. Bye for now. Hope you enjoyed this video.